It's the Rob from 1061 Kiss FM, 1061evansville.com, here with my tag team partner in broadcasting and in life, Ramblin' Jerry V, fresh out the Titan Towers.
Right. We were in a quaint little town. You ever hear the movie Mystic Pizza? Like with Julia Roberts?
I watched that movie a few months ago and I loathed it. I thought it was terrible.
It's a terrible movie, but whatever. I was in that town of Mystic, Connecticut, and it's right beside Glenn's Ferry, which there's a nuclear submarine base right there. And my friend is a captain on said place and on said ship, and we got to go on like this active warship, and I have not allowed to take a real picture, but I have a mental picture of my son sitting on a torpedo, which was cool. On the way home from that, we drove right by Stamford, Connecticut, and everyone in the car wasn't paying attention, so I just got off. Like, my daughter had to pee anyways, so I just got off the exit that I needed, and I drove like 3 minutes, and I found a gas station, and then on the way through, I just had a map with it, and I drove right by Titan Towers.
Nice work, Jerry.
My wife was like, "What's the point of this? Is there like a tour? Like, can we go in?" But in fact, they don't give tours. We couldn't go in if I wanted to. I just wanted to see. She was like, "What's the significance of that?" I said, "The significance is every Saturday morning, and every Gorilla Monsoon and Bobby the Brain Heenan worked in that building."
Some people will just never get it.
Is it weird that, like, I felt emotional when I drove by, and most of the people weren't there because they were in Scotland. I know that.
This is the same. That's the same exact reason I went to Madison Square Garden by myself in the summer of 2004. The summer I spent living in New York. I lived 2 blocks from Madison Square Garden, and I had no money at all because I was doing internships that were unpaid for the Howard Stern Show and the Maury Povich Show. I asked my mom. I didn't even ask to borrow money. I just said, anything I had for fun in New York, because I wasn't making any money, I got as a gift from my mom. And so I told my mom that this was very important to me, that this was kind of like the home base of WWE. I was only been there for a few weeks. I didn't have any friends in New York. And I got 1 ticket to go to a house show in the Madison Square Garden.
For the record,
had to be there.
For the record, I'm in love with your mom. She is absolutely incredible. And you probably didn't even have to ask for any of those gifts because she happily gives them to you. That's just the kind of woman she is.
Well, trust me, it wasn't like an open checkbook or anything. I asked
No.
I asked for very little and got I wasn't, I'm trying to think, I wasn't spoiled, but I also wasn't, I didn't go for wanting either.
You were working for free in one of the richest cities in the world. You needed a little help.
We were paying $1,000 a month to live in a shoebox.
Yeah, you were paying to work on Maury. You were paying to work on Howard Stern, but it paid off. In the end.
Yeah, I got headphones on now, don't I?
You're doing just peachy.
Yeah,
I think.
I'm not complaining.
So Titan Towers, it was just special for me. I'd love to go in, but I would have walked in, and the front desk would have told me to leave, and my wife would have been mad at me, and so I just drove by and just looked at the flag on top of the building and felt a little nice warmth in my heart.
I bet you could have gotten some sort of trinket if you went in there, whether it be like a sticker or like I bet you that you would have left with something.
I said to my wife, if Rob were with me, bet your ass we'd be here.
Yeah, we'd probably go check it out.
He'd have me stop. He'd let me stop.
Yeah, of course I'd let you stop. By the way, I was insanely jealous when I found out you were in Connecticut visiting friends and not in Evansville visiting friends. But I know you've got a trip planned, so I'm not going to hold it against you.
Right, don't hold it against me because March is right around the corner.
I know, I'm excited. Fast lane.
Yes, fast lane, baby.
It is on the fast lane.
I made it home in time, though, to watch Raw last night, and I couldn't tell if it was taped or not. They're in Glasgow, and Michael Cole said, live from Glasgow, Scotland, so I assumed they were live. But the show didn't feel live to me.
Yeah, that's the show was not live. You're the second person I've heard say that Michael Cole said live from Glasgow, but I don't know what the rules are about that because, technically he's live in Glasgow. I don't know what the rules are.
When he said we're live from Glasgow, he was probably live from Glasgow, but shouldn't they have a thing that says like previously taped or something like that?
I thought that was the rule, but I don't know. Maybe I don't know. No, they weren't live, to answer your question.
Are you positive they weren't live?
Yeah, I passed over spoilers last night.
Oh, okay. Okay.
So yeah, when they go to Europe, they're not live, and that's my biggest complaint. I will be honest with you, I don't have anything really positive to say about last night's show. I hated it, and we can get into it. Let me ask you, how much did you watch?
I watched all of it. I hurt myself last week. We'll leave it at that for now. And so I got to start Raw when it started. Like, I wasn't at the gym last night, so
so you watched every, like, no fast forwarding besides commercials?
I didn't fast forward even a second. Like,
okay.
I just watched it all.
The
good, the bad, and the ugly.
Do you see how that can really make a show worse?
Yeah, I mean, especially when you've got to grind out the commercials, it's a real grind. It's a grind.
Oh, I don't do that. I usually wait for those to build up. Sometimes I catch up, but I usually start like a half hour late, and by the last hour, I'm getting close.
I caught up. I caught up. I started like 20 minutes late, and then I take pause bathroom breaks and things like that.
Yeah, right. So
by the last 90 minutes, I was caught up. Like, I was watching that whole tag thing, and I had to watch the whole women's thing, and there was nothing to do about it.
I thought this was the worst Raw in a long time. I thought this was the worst Raw since the draft. When you take the live element out of Raw, you deflate a whole lot for me. And
I can't explain why, but I agree with you. I mean, I was under the impression it was live, but it didn't feel live to me.
No, well, there's things you can. I mean, that's the thing. It didn't feel live, and you can't fool us. There's a big difference when that happens. I don't know why they did the whole. I didn't hear Michael Cole say it, but I believe he did. I feel like when they do this, though, it's like they go to. It wasn't England this time, but usually when they go to Europe, they're broadcasting from England. And, like, here's the trade-off. Guess what, guys? It's not going to be a live show. We're taking that away, but we give you a telephone booth and a taxi cab.
And a taxi cab?
Yeah, like, as if, like, what decade do they think this is? When's the last time anyone was in a phone booth? Or, like, they don't even look like that anymore? Come on.
They might not do that anymore, though. You never know. After the draft, they changed the way they do things, and last night they didn't have anything like that. But it wasn't England.
It was cool that, like, it was the first Raw ever from Scotland, and the crowd was very receptive of that. But the crowd was annoying because they were very passionate. Like, you can't knock them for not being hot, because they were. I don't know what you're chanting.
No, I didn't know anything. They kept stopping for it. I just heard, and I was like, oh, are we at a soccer match?
The only person who acknowledged this was Charlotte. Like, you guys are making all these weird sounds. I don't know what you're saying.
I don't know what you're saying.
I know you're excited, and I appreciate that. And obviously, the workers are going to feed off that energy. But I can't support or condemn what you're saying because I don't know what you're saying.
The one thing I do enjoy, and it's weird, but when they're in other countries, I enjoy watching guys that normally don't get big pops get big pops. Like
sure.
Certain guys, like Cesaro got a huge pop, and then there are some guys that don't normally get giant pops that were getting big stuff.
Yeah, and that is a blanket statement. Like, I like whenever a city has a personality. Philadelphia, where I'm from, when they go there, they're in Philadelphia. Same with Brooklyn. And Madison Square Garden, they're there.
Chicago, I think, is one of those cities.
Absolutely. England, when they go there, they got the phone booth and the taxi cab. There's a whole lot. When a city has its own personality, most do not, but some have a very strong personality, and that did shine through last night.
I have one good thing that I got from the show, and then I have a huge complaint.
All right.
Huge complaint. Okay, so the good thing is, and it's small, and I might be alone, I think the Brian Kendrick is really doing a great job as a heel cruiserweight. I like the job he's doing. I like the role he's in. He reminds me of the Honky Tonk Man, because he's like, he shouldn't have a championship, and he's sneaky and snaky, and he's Weasley, and then once he gets away with it, he acts like he's the greatest, and I like it. I like the Brian Kendrick and I'm enjoying what they're doing with him. Because when he came into the tournament, he was like a face, and everybody loved him. And, oh, Brian Kendrick's back, and I didn't see the appeal. And now all of a sudden, I'm into it. I think it's a captivating character.
I will see what you just said, and I will raise you. Not only do I agree with everything you said, but I think that he is far exceeding everybody's expectations for this run.
Absolutely, and I think it's going to help him keep it a little bit longer. They're not going to write this story over as quickly as they probably were going to.
Yeah, no, I agree with you. I think that from the fans' point of view and from management point of view, he has outlasted and exceeded what he was expected, in my opinion.
I mean, he lost the tag match. He's the one that lost it. And then he turns around and says, Noam Dar, he has no talent, and he sucks.
Very good.
I really liked that. I thought that was really good.
Speaking of Noam Dar, I thought they made a very good decision to make him wait to debut in his hometown. I don't know how long they were waiting on it. Maybe they weren't even. Maybe it was just like it was convenient this week. But even if they made him wait since the CWC, it was smart to have him debut in Scotland.
Yeah, I think that's really. I think that is super smart. Now I don't know when Jack Gallagher's coming, but I hope they don't wait till England.
Well, I think that you get so few wrestlers from Scotland that it was very special to them.
Yeah, it's super special, and so I liked what they did there too, because he got one of the biggest pops of the night.
Absolutely, yeah, that's why it was smart. All right, so we did some praise. I've got a whole bunch of crap to do. I mean, are you ready for a bunch of crap?
Right, are you? I mean, my big complaint blankets the three big segments from the night. It's all it's one giant complaint.
Well, I bet you we're out here. Sure, go for it.
It's the same thing. So you start the show, you're going to be Survivor Series teammates. Some of us don't like each other, but you're going to do it anyways. But we don't like each other. Now we're going to fight about it. We're going to be a team at Survivor Series, but we're mad. And then they fight, and then you're made of it. And then you wait a minute, and then the tag teams come out, and then tag team, and I don't like this. You guys. I'm a bad guy team until we don't like you, and I don't want to be on your team. Well, I'm a good guy team, and I'm okay. And I don't want to be on your team. We're gonna fight about it. Maybe we'll fight about it. And they fight about it. And then later the women come out like, well, I don't like you on my team, and I don't want you on my team. So why don't we just fight about it?
Jerry Valeri just did Raw in 45 seconds. That was the entire show.
The most compelling thing about the tag one was that Golden Truth accidentally traded their spot away for a timeshare from the Shining Sucks. Like when I have to look to Golden Truth and the Shining Stars to give me a unique, fresh take on an angle, I'm ready to blow my brains out. Why was this the one I decided not to skip through? Why in the hell was this the one that I didn't have the fast-forward capabilities? I'm watching the show like it's 1987, and they're giving me garbage.
So let me also say, I think you're missing half of this, because that was the big problem. But the other half is, I don't care about this feud between Raw and SmackDown because it's not real.
And it's too soon.
It's not. Okay, so here's the thing. Everything on the show is focused on one storyline. And they've abandoned everything else. They devoted this entire show, all 3 hours, to finding out who is going to be on the teams and the dissension within the teams to battle SmackDown in 2 weeks at Survivor Series. Here's the problem. Outside of the fact that they're traditional Survivor Series matches, I don't care about them.
Not even a little bit.
I just care that they're going to remind me of my childhood, but there isn't an angle between Raw and SmackDown. There's no storyline going into SmackDown on any match, really.
I don't care about any of it. I don't care about it. I love the Survivor style matches. I do enjoy that. That's great. But it's like these teams that don't like each other. It's going to be the same match over and over again on Survivor Series, I'm afraid. The only thing redeemable about the tag one was it was kind of funny with the Golden Truth thing. The women's match, if you have it still taped, please, I beg of you, go to the women's when Alicia Fox comes out. And she delivers the line. I'm going to see if I'm going to get it right here. The name of the game is Survival, and I'm going to survive her. I think what she meant to say was the name of the game is Survivor, and we're going to survive. She just botched it. Now, that's not what's perfect. What's perfect is then they pan off of her blowing that line. Get this on my face here. So they pan off, and you see her. Or somebody's talking. I think it's Stephanie. I don't know, Charlotte. Somebody's talking, and you see her go.
I will revisit that.
She makes the face. She blows the line and then acts like the camera's not on her. And then, I can't believe that it was taped and they didn't cut that. She basically was like, oh, damn it, Alicia. Like, she was so mad at herself. That was really funny. It's the whole thing. I'm exhausted. It was a bad show. Yeah. It had some okay matches in it. I enjoyed Sami Zayn and Rusev. I didn't mind that.
That was the best match because there was actually something going on there.
I knew Sami Zayn was going to win it.
I didn't.
I told you last week Sami Zayn's going to fight Dolph Ziggler.
Did you say that?
Dolph Ziggler. I did.
Yeah. Well, I thought Rusev he seemed like more of a fit to be IC champ, but okay. Was that your line of the night, by the way? The name of the game is Survivor, and I'm going to survive. Or Survival.
It's Survival, and I'm going to survive her. That's my line of the night. By the way, I'll lock in on Sami Zayn beating Dolph Ziggler and keeping the title on SmackDown.
Oh, so you think that Sami Zayn's going to SmackDown?
I think Sami Zayn's going to beat Dolph Ziggler for the IC title, and I think he's going to keep it there.
Meaning he's going to go to SmackDown?
Yeah, I don't think he's coming back.
Okay, interesting. I'm going to think about that one and not lock in yet, but Jerry decided to lock in. I don't have the sound effect ready. I'm sorry.
But that means it's not official, and I can change my mind next week. Go ahead.
Let me find the sound effect because you've locked in.
Don't do it.
You locked in.
I have.
All right, hold on a second. I'll get it. You locked in. Might as well. There we go. Here. One more time. Hold on. He's locked in. All right. I regret it already. My line of the night went to Chris Jericho.
He always has them.
Yeah, but it was kind of subtle, I guess, but this one I thought was great. In that opening promo, he says, Roman and Seth, we know you're upset that Kevin and I are the Universal Champion.
Yeah. And Kevin's face when he does that is always great. Kevin's just like no, but he never corrects him.
Yeah, no, I love that, and this whole thing is working for me. By the way, did you
hear about Kevin and Chris? Team Chris and Kevin, I love that.
Did you hear about the fight between Jericho and Sin Cara?
Was there a legitimate backstager?
Yes.
I did not.
Apparently, my understanding is Sin Cara was being really annoying on the bus, getting on everyone's nerves. Jericho has appointed himself to be the spokesperson for everyone in the locker room, told him to stop making these noises that's bothering everybody. And Sin Cara got in his face, hit Jericho. Jericho bit Sin Cara's fingers. And it's believed that Sin Cara got the better of the fight, but Sin Cara got kicked off the bus.
Sin Cara's not going to win that one. I mean, maybe physically he might, but he's not. Politics-wise, he's not going to win that one.
But Sin Cara has also, I don't know what's going on with him because it was just a few months ago he got into a real fight backstage with Simon Gotch. But then again, he was perceived as not like the aggressor in that they sent Gotch home. I don't know if he got reprimanded or what, but he got sent home, not Sin Cara. And then this is like 2 years after Sin Cara got in a real fight with Sheamus.
We'd like to wish Sin Cara the best in his future endeavors.
Well, I don't know. Maybe not. I mean, Sin Cara was on Raw last night. That was after the incident happened. And Chris Jericho also, this coming off the heels of a fight with Brock Lesnar at SummerSlam.
Right. Brock Lesnar, fighting with Brock Lesnar, defending Randy Orton, and I think improving his stature with the boys in the back. I think that I bet for this Raw roster for sure. I think Jericho's that veteran leader. I don't know, but I assume he's the guy that has the backing of that locker room. So if you get into a fight with Jericho, I think you're going to lose the vote of popular opinion.
Well, yes and no. I mean, I think that there's probably better choices back there, only because Jericho's only a wrestler when Fozzie's not touring.
But he's been there for a year now, and I think that he's kind of establishing it a bit.
He'll go back soon. He just announced new tour dates.
Oh, please tell me they're after Mania.
I don't know when they are. I hate Fozzy. It's the whole thing's annoying to me.
Because
So
that's the one thing. That's the one thing about the end of the show with Owens pinning Jericho. They're moving that direction now.
Maybe, yeah, it could be time for that.
So what's the line of the night? Did you give it? Oh, you gave him the line of the night.
Yeah.
What's next?
So let's see. Other things I didn't like. You mentioned the tag team match, and you enjoyed the Golden Truth stuff. I thought that the whole promo fest in front of that match actually got annoying, personally.
All the promo fests were annoying. It was the same thing, dude.
Pick anyone, whether you want the singles one with Jericho and Owens and the Shields, whether you want the tag team one with New Day and Enzo and Cass, or you want the women's one. They were all promo fests, all what I hate, all super annoying.
And get ready, because it's either going to be the Monday before Survivor Series or the Tuesday before Survivor Series or both. We're going to get totally annoyed again by only 3 months after the draft or however long it's been. We're going to have an invasion.
Well, I think they're kind of trying to really rush this one now. I don't. Where's this hostility coming from? There hasn't been any feuding. That's why I have a huge problem with everything going on right now. But anyway, we addressed that. It is what it is. We're happy they're Survivor Series matches. We're just upset with what they are. So you win some, you lose some.
Right.
I thought that the Goldberg package, the video package they made, which was designed to fire us up, failed, in my opinion. It just didn't fire me up. I'm excited Goldberg's back, especially because I think it's just going to be the one match. But it didn't. That video package did not get me fired up to see them fight.
I enjoyed the Lesnar package more than the Goldberg package.
I barely remember the Goldberg one. I'm sorry, the Lesnar one. I don't want to say I'm checked out of the feud, but I got checked out of Raw early last night, man. I checked out.
Lesnar cut a promo, and it was okay. And he clearly cut it after the Minneapolis show because he was wearing his Minneapolis shirt. And he just said, I don't care about your 10-year-old son. I don't care about your wife. My advice for your wife and your son, stay home. Please, stay home. Because you might not make it back. I didn't mind that.
Maybe I saw it on SmackDown, or maybe I saw it on... I feel like I saw that before last night, that one.
Maybe. I saw it for the first time last night.
Okay. Well, that's all I got pretty much. I hated the show last night. I don't know what to expect from SmackDown. I don't know if I'm going to watch it tonight. There'll be election coverage, obviously.
Let's just say we're not going to watch it tonight because I'm going to be watching the election like a maniac. Yeah, I don't plan on reviewing SmackDown tomorrow. But my thing is, will they maybe right around, because they know people won't be watching live. Will it be a phone? Oh, plus it's from Scotland, so it's going to be a phoned-in show anyway. It's going to be taped. I mean, we could probably look online and review it right now if we want to. I think it tapes shortly. I think that they're it's around noon our time is when they tape, I think, but I don't read spoilers. I never have. I don't like those. If I'm going to watch the show, I'll watch it. I'm sure they have a contract but with USA that would prohibit this, but I think it would be a cool WWE Network feature that whenever they're doing a Raw or a SmackDown overseas, they show it absolutely live at whatever time, be it 9 in the morning or 3 a.m. on the WWE Network. That will never happen. Not for Raw and SmackDown because USA owns those for like 30 days. Exactly. So, all right, man. You got anything else you want to throw in? Are we done? You know the rest.